Hey folks, welcome back to our newest edition of our random Pokemon Generator series. Here is our team. I have scrolled through your comments and decided to pick a few. Now Articuno is going to be an exception here. I've decided to use the old Articuno we have used and not too long ago with Life Orb, Hurricane, Ice Beam, Rain Dance, and Roost. Fully offensive one. Electrode is an awesome Rain supporter member. Completely agree with the following player requested me this set. Decided to use it. A great support essence to our team. Physical Sweeper, Revenge Killer, Basculin with Life Orb, Priority Aqua Jet, Waterfall Flinches, Superpower there, Move Tutors, and Taunt just in case, so those Stealth Rocks are not going to be placed up in here because Articuno doesn't really appreciate them. Heracross is going to be standard one. Spiritomb is going to be a really dangerous set if people don't see it coming, especially as it's really not a Smogon set, Mean Lock being the exception here. And we're gonna see how stuff are gonna turn out with him. But Subcall Mind, Suicune, Modest Nature, I don't know, I'm not too sure how this Suicune tends to be, if it's truly a standard Smogon set. It may just be, it's been like an ages when I last checked Suicune, but I don't know, it tends to look like an interesting set, so I was like, you know what, let's use it. And with that being said, let's jump straight to the heart of the match itself. Here we go. Now his team looks quite interesting, exception of Armaldo. His team looks like a model water team that gets the benefit under rain, but the same can be said about my team. You're gonna see there are a couple of really weird stuff rolling around on his side of the field, which you're gonna witness in about a good 10 seconds or so. But with that being said, let's lead with Electrode. Here I'm gonna taunt just in case he's gonna switch out to Swampert. I cannot really allow him to switch out to Swampert fully, aware knowing that he can go for the Stealth Rocks, he can go for Earthquake. I cannot really afford to take the over prediction, and I just played safe there. He did go for the Hypnosis, so it kinda did work out into my favor there, but Thunder didn't do as much as I would have hoped for, and Hydro Pump did way too much. So stuff didn't really strike my head here. I was truly confused, because normally stuff like this don't happen, and it's a shiny Polydot, which doesn't speak a lot. Lots of us use shiny stuff, but his stuff, it impacts, the damage impact is way too great, and it takes stuff way too great at the same time. So it's bulky yet powerful, and that's weird. So right now I'm gonna Hurricane. As you can see, Aftermath, Thunder combined with Hurricane Life Orb coming down from Timid fully offensive Articuno, 252 special attack, it's still not gonna be enough. So I was truly surprised, but you're gonna see, as next move right here is gonna reveal a couple of things that should normally never happen. I'm gonna go for the Hurricane. I do about a little over half, right? But I did calcs, and that should do like, I believe there's like 6% chance of taking him out if he was truly offensive. Seeing that he does run the Dream World ability, he did outspeed me. He may just be adamant, fully EV trained in speed and attack, but he should lack bulk of taking that Hurricane that well. But he took it really well, and that kind of explains it. This guy is most definitely having over 510 EVs, just because it's way too bulky. At the same time, they're way too powerful. Or at least, Politoad was powerful enough. I cannot really say much about Armaldo, because Stone Edge would have easily taken me out. Anyways, Heracross was there to revenge kill the Armaldo. I guess he was hoping it can take me out with +2 under rain, running Dream World, but unfortunately, Heracross, I believe, can still outspeed Admin Nature +2 Armaldo if it's running Admin Nature himself with max speed on top of it all. The Quailfish comes in here. I know he's gonna start laying down the spikes. It doesn't have Intimidate, it does have the +2 speed on the rain, but still, I still wanna get that switch in before I get that badly poisoned. He did misclick there with a third layer of spikes. Unfortunately, that is not the case, because there is no third layer of toxic spikes. There are only 2 layers of it, and switches out to Melodic. I guess he's greatest bet, but not really, because he's got Dragon Pulse. I do have the Calm Mind. Unfortunately, he's pretty much facing the worst Suicune he can ever face, because this is a Calm Mind under sub, so there's, I'm protected against the crits, I'm protected against all this stuff that may happen, and his Melodic is mainly getting walled. I can go to +6, and even a great bulky Pokemon such as Melodic against my stuff that tends to that he tends to resist it, it's still gonna be doing a lot to it. So under rain, it does a lot to his switching coefficient. It does have +2. It's gonna outspeed me. It does outspeed me. He goes for Destiny Bout. I do play random here just in case he does something of that sort, because his greatest bet right here to take me out is rely on that Destiny Bout. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna proceed to go for the Coal Mine until he runs out of Destiny Bouts. He does have a plan right here. I didn't really count. I should have counted. I was like, let's just keep on Coal Mining, substituting. Eventually he will switch out and do some stuff, do some other stuff, of course. But he proceeds to Destiny Bout. Now he's gonna Alcatel. He gives me thinking that he doesn't have any more Destiny Bouts, right? I didn't really count, so I was like, okay, he must have one more, and go for the Scald right here. I was thinking he doesn't have them anymore, right? But unfortunately, yeah, I was wrong, and I believe that was his last, the 8th Destiny Bout he have used, and that was truly his last one. Now if I would have subbed there, stuff would have looked like a pure domination, like a true sweep from Suicune. But then again, I would have most likely not upload this match, because at the end it tends to be a really close match and quite interesting. So pretty much the reason of uploading this match. So I guess me not going for sub there kind of makes stuff a bit better. But in total respect, I was kind of sure he doesn't have any more Destiny Bounce. Now, you know, a good old Basculin can most definitely handle Melodic, at least, you know, if I do get a flinch, and I do get a flinch, meaning shutting it down for the possible recover, and recovery that Melodics tend to run. But have one thing in mind, he did to run Hydro Pump twice against the Suicune, and I did have the pressure, so that's like 4 Hydro Pumps wasted right there. And yeah, we're gonna see why that is important later on. Now he does take me out. I did taunt just in case, so I can shut him down from any kind of support like rest and so on. I want to be having that benefit when switching out to Spiritomb. And yeah, he does switch out to Melodic. I do Mean Look that Pokemon, and this was really scary. If he would have switch, if he would have stay in with his Love Disc, his Alalamola, that would have been dangerous, because you're gonna see later on what I'm talking about. I'm not a physical defensive Spiritomb, but because he did go for the Hydro Pump, stuff aren't really looking too well for me. I did go for Res there, and I'm like, okay, this is really looking bad. But now he gone for Dragon Pulse, and I was quite surprised that move he did. But then I started to wonder, wait a minute, he used Hydro Pump twice against the Pressure Suicune. That's 4 PP wasted. He used 1 against the Spiritomb as I rest, so that's 5. Okay, so he's not running max PP on Hydro Pump, and that is great. That is truly great. In total respect, he should have run Scald or Barriet. Well, then again, he does have Toxic Spike, so I guess I understand why he isn't running Scald, you know, to poison the stuff that, you know, you don't want to get burn on it, like a Slowking switching in and stuff like that. But again, you should at least run like Surf, if that's the case, because the greater PP, and not to mention the Melodic should not be all that offensive. But I would have not been surprised if this thing would have been 252 all stats, so I guess it will still dish out a lot of damage against my stuff, because Hydro Pump there did a lot against this Spiritomb, and that was, yeah, unfortunately for him, his last one. Now, because of Mean Look, he cannot switch out. He's pretty much forced to keep on using the random stuff. This Spiritomb is interesting because it tends to work like this. It's got the Dreamy Road ability that goes through screens, so if you're facing something with screens that doesn't have U-turn or Volt Switch, which is kind of hard to find, but there are a couple of them, and if you're facing one of them, you can set up on them and kind of go from there. So, you know, you can most definitely threaten at least 2 Pokemon after that with +6 in hands. Spiritomb is unstoppable, you know, against the other Pokemon because of no super effective weaknesses outside of Kangaskhan's ability. You know, all those really truly in deep stuff that can still hit it super effectively, but outside of that, Spiritomb is quite dangerous with Mean Look and Dark Pulse hidden stuff, at least neutrally or resisted. You know, not much really truly are immune to Dark, so Dark Pulse is most definitely a great offense to it. But I didn't go to +6, I didn't feel like going to +6. He did flinch me with this waterfall, and he did a lot to me. I was quite surprised by that input damage there. This is crazy. Even under rain on max defensive, it should not do that much. This is a freaking Alalamola, and I know it's decently powerful when it comes down to attack, but it's nothing tremendously great. So I guess this thing does have 252 attack, which makes absolutely no sense because nobody in his right mind runs EVs, you know, invested in attack on this guy. No way. I've decided to go to Heracross after my Spiritomb was taken down. I could have gone to +6, I didn't feel like it, but if he would have rest there, that would have been bad because I would have need to rely on Mega Horn. I could have missed. Warfall may have done way too much to me, but luckily he didn't go for the rest, he didn't decide to do that. I should have played safe, just go to +6. You know, I do have a set like this, why not abuse it? But I was kind of feeling like the opponent is kind of disconnected, you know, because if you're running something like this, people kind of get bored, and I understand why, but you know, it's a set and it should be used to the fullest potential. That Alalamola truly took my dark poses really well, because the last time I checked, Alalamola does have pathetic special defense, and I did have a couple of coal mines installed. Heracross does get a final kill with close combat, and that was the match. So guys, hope you enjoyed. It was actually a 1-0 score. It really came down to be a really close match. Heracross was my last remaining Pokemon, but let's go check out what Pokemon Random Generator has in store for us today. Okay, here we are, Random Pokemon Generator. We're gonna unclick not fully evolved Ubers because we really don't want to get those. Generate the team, let's see. Claydol, Porygon 2, Articuno, Kyogno, Gastrodon, and Flygon. Truly interesting to note. We have 2 Ice Weak Pokemon, and we have 2, well, we don't really have resistance with Articuno, which is always something interesting to look at. Why isn't Articuno like truly resistant to ice? I mean, it's a freaking ice bird, but you know, being that it's flying type kind of negates the whole you know, ice resistance, but Kyogno is there to kind of negate that a bit. Yeah, Rapid Spinners, wow, interesting. Claydol, Stealth Rocks, interesting enough. We actually do have a kind of like a balance between, well, actually we don't have a balance between physical and special. That's kind of like a bummer, but still it's something we're gonna need to handle. So you know the drill, guys. For you guys that still don't know about my Random Pokemon Generator, the rules are pretty simple. Look at the 6 Pokemon, pick one of the 6 Pokemon, and leave me a moveset. The winning comments, I shall name the Pokemon after you. Guys, hope you enjoyed the match, and until next one, take care, peace.